Alright guys, so I finally decided to replace the heater core in my 1972 Monte Carlo. Now I've had this car for a while, as you can see from the updates and everything on the channel. And this is one thing I've been dreading doing since I got the car. Now, there's a little backstory. My father had it since 2004, and I got it from him. I think I've had this car 2 years now, but the heater core always been kind of leaky, and finally one day it gave out on me. Today's Tuesday. It gave out on me Saturday night, and it was leaking like somebody turned on a faucet. So I went and picked up a new one, and I just want to walk you through the steps on how to replace it. Now I almost got everything back together. I just got to put the dash pad back on. I got to clean up these wires. All this stuff was like really neat before I started, but I got to put the dash pad back on and put some little trim pieces back. But I'm going to show you the way I did it, and hopefully it'll help somebody out, because I couldn't find anything really detailed on YouTube or anything like that. So this is a 72 Monte Carlo. This is an AC car, as you can see. So the first thing I did was I disconnected the two hoses coming out of the firewall at the heater core. Now the new one's already in, and I decided to shoot the video after the fact, but it'll still help some people out. So you disconnect these two hoses here, and then you're free of the heater core. Now you may want to get you a bucket or something, or I know some people may drain the radiator a little bit beforehand, but at either way you have to disconnect those two hoses there. After that, the second thing you want to do under the hood, there's 4 nuts holding in the heater core that's on this end. And it's kind of dirty in here too, because I did have coolant shooting everywhere at one point, and I have to still clean it up. But it's 4 nuts. One you can see right here, right there. The second nut will be directly below, under the box here. The third nut would be here, but I think somebody been in mine before. And then the fourth nut would be there. So mine is missing 2. It's missing this one, and it's missing the one on the bottom left. And I really think somebody been in here before, but only having 2 nuts to deal with, it kind of helped me out. And it helped me out with having to put the heater box back in. So as far as under the hood goes, those are the only 2 things I did. After that, I literally came and shut the hood because I was done. So after that, what you want to do, you want to come inside the car. Get you all some light in here. You want to come inside the car. And the easiest thing to do on the inside first, get you all some light in here. The easiest thing to do first is take this dash pad off. And the way you take this dash pad off is held together with 2 screws here, and I think 4 screws across the top. So to get to the first 2 screws, what you want to do is get you a Phillips head. There's one here. Here's the second one. The third is here. The fourth. And then we have 5 and then 6 there. So after you do that, carefully pull the dash pad off. And if you have those clips still that's attached to your dash pad, make sure they don't drop down in here. Now, this is not my first time having this dash pad off. If they drop, you can try to find them. But what I did, I bought me a new set off of eBay, and I have the dash pad back here. Bought me a new set off of eBay, and as you can see, I just screwed them in, and the screw doesn't go all the way through because they're really short, but now they won't go anywhere. So now what you guys want to do, or what I did, the step I followed myself, now it's important to note that at this step, I actually had to remove the AC ducts. There's 3 total. There's one that goes from the center of the dashboard to the passenger side, and there's one at the bottom of the dashboard on the passenger side, and there's one at the bottom of the dashboard on the driver's side. It's 3 total, and as you can see from this picture that I have on the screen, those are the 3. There's one really short one, there's a longer one, and then a shorter one. So really short, and long, you have to look out for those 3. Take those off first, and then it'll make your life a lot easier. Go ahead and remove the vent here, and there's one screw here. There's another one, I believe, well, here for sure. So 1, 2, and I believe there's another one on here that's holding it in as well. So after you get that out, you're left with this view. The next thing I did, I took 4 bolts out that hold the dash into place. I took 1, 2, this is the second one under here. Number 3 is here, and then number 4 is here. So what this allowed me to do, I was able to move the dash significantly. Like I was able to pull it like away from the firewall a good deal. After I pulled it away from the firewall a good deal, this little guy here, this plenum can come out. And the way you pull the plenum out, these 2 screws here. So you got 1 screw here, and then you got 1 screw here. After you take those off, those 2 screws, and the dash is already pulled away from the firewall, or you undo those and then pull it away, that thing is literally going to fall out. So you're going to be, that's perfect. That's real easy. So after you pull that out, what you want to do is kind of get your hand behind here. Kind of get your hand behind here and pull gently at the AC box or heater box. And you want to try to do that while the dashboard is kind of pulled away from the firewall. And you have to, because of its shape, you have to kind of jimmy it out. But what I found the easiest to do was I took this trim off so I can get the kick panel out. And the way I did that, I unscrewed these 2 screws here. Then I took the 2 screws out where the kick panel is. And then I took all that stuff out. And that way it gave me room down here to get the heater box out some more. And you may not have to do that. I felt more comfortable doing that than leaving it in and risking hurting some stuff. So after that, the heater box literally will come out, and I was able to bring it out to about here. And I was able to lay it so it comes out this way. I was able to lay it down like this, and I'm going to put some pictures up on the screen. Now, after you get the heater box out, I'm not sure if you can see, but this little mechanism here, this is going to be facing up. So that little screw, and there's going to be 2 more. You want to take those 2 out. And that way, when you turn the heater box on its side, after you undo the screws to get the heater core out, it'll slide right out. Because if those 3 screws are still in there, you're not going to get the heater core out. And once I got the heater core out, I just cleaned everything up, cleaned the inside of the box. And I'm going to throw up a few pictures to show you what I'm talking about as far as these 3 screws and as far as how the heater core looks when you're about to take it out. And after I did that, I just put the new heater core in, and I literally just reversed the process. So, and that was my big reason for doing this video. Now, I still have to tidy up. All this was extremely neat at first. You know, this is for the Dakota digital gauges. I have a review on that soon enough. But I'm trying to think of anything else I may have missed as far as the heater core goes. And while I was at it, I went ahead and ordered some more AC duct because this is really brittle. And the set of 3 just set me back like 80 bucks. But yeah, that's exactly how I did it. The reverse process was okay. It wasn't too bad. I had someone come and kind of spot me on the outside to tell me when the heater core was coming through, and then I had to feel my way through for those 2 holes. And remember, mine's only had 2 nuts on the outside, which leads me to believe somebody been in it before and broke the other two. And it kind of helped out because I was able to get it back in there a little bit easier. As far as my floor goes, that night that I was driving it, I made a right turn and it was leaking down here like crazy. You would have thought somebody turned on a faucet full blast, and it kind of left this stain here. Now, since then, it did dry. I'm not interested in replacing this carpet because it was replaced back when my father had it. And so what I did, I went to AutoZone and got me some, I'm gonna try that Tough Stuff cleaner on it. And worst come to worst, the floor mat goes here anyway, but I just want to have it clean. Another thing I did to kind of speed up this process, I don't have one of those blowers that they use to dry carpet and dry floors, but I took the top of the shop vac off of the bucket itself and just let the air rush out, and I'll throw a picture of that up as well. So that's the process I went through to change the heater core. It was fairly simple. It's really not as bad as people make it out to be. And don't get me wrong, I paced myself. I started on a Sunday night, and the first night, all I did was the stuff under the hood. I took the dash pad off and I undid the two nuts. That was the first night. That was Sunday. And on Monday, I went ahead and actually pulled the heater box out, and then swapped out the heater core and pushed it back in. So that's the process I went through. I really hope this was able to help some people, because I hear a lot of older guys say that, you know, it was a pain in the butt to do. And that's really why I was dreading it. And once I got in here, it wasn't that bad. Now, would I want to do it again? Nah, I don't want to do it again at all. I refuse to want to do this again, and I refuse to do it again. So I hope that this one, you know, lasts a long time. Not sure when the last one was changed. And you might want to take this as an opportunity. If you want to flush your coolant system out, you can do that too. But yeah, that's the process I went through. I'm going to try to bring you all some more videos, because I do have the Holley Sniper EFI on here now. New intake manifold, valve covers, new alternator, new power steering pump. A lot of this stuff is new under here, just to refresh it. The next thing I want to do is work on wire management, because this looks disgusting to me. I just want to get it looking better. But yeah, if you all have any questions or comments or anything I didn't cover in the video pertaining to the heater core, just, you know, give me a shout or go to my Instagram. It's Paris the Motorhead. I'll pop it up on the screen. But hopefully this video was able to help some people and shed a little bit of light on it. In total, it probably took me Sunday night and then Monday after I got off of work. So maybe 4 hours total. And that's because I was moving really, really slow, because I wanted to take my time with it. But yeah, if you got any questions, comments, or anything like that pertaining to it, just give me a shout. Paris the Motorhead on Instagram. And I'll talk to you guys later.